Hey guys, Jared from Oneupreviewz, and we've got a look at the Nike Adapt BB 2.0, and this is Nike's self-tying basketball shoe. Before we get into the review, guys, just want to thank all our subscribers, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell just to stay up to date with all our latest reviews. With that said, this is Nike's self-tying basketball shoe. I am so surprised that we were able to get a pair like these. Usually just sell out, and we are fortunate enough that the Nike sneakers app, it just gave us notification and we hit that buy straight as. With that said, let's take a look at the box first. Not gonna lie to you guys, this is really heavy. Obviously when I open the box, you'll see the contents and as to why it's heavy. But I mean, this is really cool. Nice, futuristic, the pixelated swoosh. Nike Adapt BB version 2.0, year 2020. Stamp of approval there. And if you didn't know, this is the second rendition. We don't have the first to compare, but this should be an upgraded version of the previous one, which did have many people complain. We'll get into that obviously once we get into the unboxing, but we'll get into the specifics now. So what we have is the Nike Adapt BB 2.0, and it is in the color white black multicolor in a US 8.5, a US 7.5, and it is a European 42. And get unboxers now, so let me just stand up for this actually. So the shoe comes, there it is, with obviously the pair of sneakers right here, and underneath that, let me position this here, we have got wires for the charging pads, which I'm about to show you now, which is here, fresh. And here's the charging pads. So we'll start with the sneaker itself, starting from the outsole, and the outsole is a rubber outsole and it's got herringbone patterning on it, great for traction, but you notice that multicolored spot in the middle where the forefoot is, and that is the Nike Zoom Turbo cushioning, and you will find that in the Kyrie 6s, which we have done a review on. And if you're a point guard, if you have loads of like multi-angle movement like Kyrie, we suggest that for you. This is more, it's only on the forefoot. Obviously the traction is going to be from his herringbone, and players that wear this at the minute, I can only think of Ja Morant. And similar to Kyrie, he does like explosive movement, he does a lot of crossovers, and yeah, to my knowledge, he's the only player that's worn Nike Adapt BB 2.0. Now, as I mentioned, that this has been the second edition. The first had a lot of problems. Loads of players found that they didn't like the shroud that it came with, and it was quite tight, even though it was more of a slip-on shoe. Here, Nike have like addressed those problems. Now we have a TPU mesh upper, and just underneath it protects the technology or the wiring that's underneath. You have a really cool like pixelated Nike swoosh similar to the box that it's come in. Really cool, nice futuristic design, and with this being a like self-tying shoe, it hits those notes of it being like futuristic. It's got nice cushioning, padding. You have a leather tongue as well, where they both say L and R to obviously left and right. Going along to the back, so you have this plastic mold, and it's apparently it is nice to easily put your foot in. We've done the Air Max 90 where it had a similar technology where you can easily slip your feet in because of this little pull tab here. And the insole, you have the Nike Adapt branding there, multicolored on the tongue as well. And we are just going to go into the main reason as to why you're watching it, and that's the technology behind the self-tying mechanics. There we go, that's the word, mechanics I was looking for. So there's two ways that you can lace the shoes, and that is with the two buttons on the midsole, there and there. So you have a plus and a minus. So plus is obviously tightening it, minus is to make it a bit loose. And you have the Nike Adapt BB app on your phone where you can change the color of the lighting. Like, so these two will light up to whatever color that you desire, and it will give you the settings as to tighten or loosen the shoe to your specifications, your pleasure basically. And for the first time, so the first Nike Adapt didn't expose the lacing like this, but we'll show you that you can visibly see it being tightened. And as a guy who loves Back to the Future, I'm pretty sure many of you guys watching are as well, it is just like the Nike Mag self-tying shoes, and this is like the closest I'm ever going to get to a Nike Mag. So I can't wait to try these on just to show you what the technology is like. You can go through a range of colours to what matches your style, what you think goes with the shoe. With it being multicolored, I think any colour goes personally, but we're just testing it out in the meantime. And you can also check the battery life of the shoes. Like, obviously you have to charge it once it goes to the like a low battery percentage, but it's always visible to you. You've always got that on hand like display. Also, you can do custom presets for the shoe all on the app. So downloading if you get the app. I can't tell you how helpful and beneficial it is other than just pressing the shoes buttons here. And as soon as you put these shoes on, they automatically lace to the shape of your foot. I can feel it. It's very tight around here, but that's quite a given because this is where the laces were meant to be, obviously. But I feel a bit tight around the heel area. That was that's quite new to me, but that was, honestly, it feels snug. It does feel like it fits. It wasn't such a hassle to put on. The only hassle I found was putting it from the heel, and it was easier, I'd say. I mean, from the past reviews of people reviewing the first Adapt ones, they were saying that the Flyknit Shroud, that was very, it was more of a hassle to try it on, and made it quite difficult. But with that said, this ballistic mesh padding in the inner, it does make this feel like it's a basketball shoe. And the tongue, oh, I totally forgot to mention that this is all interconnected, so it's more visible. You can see the lacing system. When it tightens, you can visibly see it tightening, and it's all moving. It makes them little mechanical sounds. And honestly, this is the future. I felt like it was putting a pair of the Nike Mags. Let me just try out the little buttons. So you can tighten it, loosen, and you can feel it there. So we've got green, and you can change the colors on the app. So if you tighten it a bit more, there, I can feel it tighten right here. But this is all manually. When I first put it in, that was just to like an automatic adjustment period for the shoe to fit the shape of my foot. But if I want it a bit loose, I'll just press the button and then you can hear it there. So with all that specs mentioned about the lacing system, alternatively, when you add pressure to the insole, it automatically senses what needs to be done, what needs to be tightened, and which is a really cool feature. But as I mentioned, you can manually change the tightening, the fit of the shoe, more or less. Now, with that said, fit-wise, I think this is really my size. I'd say go true to size. You don't want to get it a half size smaller, obviously, because it will just be uncomfortable to the point where you've just paid for a really expensive pair of shoes and you're never going to wear them because they don't fit you. So either get your true to size Nike pair or half a size up, because it can compensate with a self-tying mechanic to that added space that you so wanted. With that said, I really think this is a really cool design. I love the multicolor aspect, nice tie-dye feature, hence why it's called a tie-dye. I mean, this upper as well, like plastic upper, textile, it adds to that like futuristic sheen, and like I mentioned, is really innovative. Like see-through plastic to obviously see the underneath, and obviously the tongue nicely padded, the heel area nicely padded. This is a basketball shoe at the end of the day, but it's got so much great technologies that needs to be protected, so which is why you've got the TPU upper. With that said, we'll give you a little 360 and I'm gonna close out. Now, the retail price of these shoes was £300. If you're buying it purely on the technology and you are gonna ball, I'd say it's worth your money. But purely playing basketball, I mean, it's got that traction that you so desperately want. It is comfortable, and I'm pretty sure that you can get your layups, you can get your shots in. So if you're buying it for purely basketball reasons, buy it. If you're a big fan of Nike basketball, this is like the future of it. With that said, remember to follow us at Instagram at Oneupreviewz with a Z at the end. Like, comment and subscribe this video. Till next time, peace.